Oh hi! This is modern day life, surrounded by screens.
And when you're in your Tesla, it's the same thing. Sometimes you just need a few things within reach. And now you could have that with our physical buttons for the Tesla Model 3 Highland. Welcome back, I'm Dylan with BT Perfected. Let's face it, even when you get to know the menus in your Tesla, some things take way too much hunting and other things just take, well, more time than they should. With these buttons for your Tesla Model 3 Highland, you don't have to. At least not with some things.
These factory-looking buttons sit right under the phone charger and give you access to some of the most used features in your Tesla. It's sleek, easy to install, and looks like it belongs. There's even a strip of ambient lighting on the back that you can customize to either match your interior or have a unique accent.
These buttons allow you to open doors, your glove box, move seats, and so much more. Here's a full list of what these buttons can do. For even more information about what these buttons are capable of, head on over to our website.
Installation is very straightforward with no permanent modifications, cutting, or splicing required, and our DIY Essentials Kit and Trim Toolkit will make this a breeze.
While this is easy to do yourself, if you want to, you could take this to one of our installers. We have them in about 30 countries around the world. But let's get to the installation. Without further ado, Jarrett, take it away.
Before doing anything, we need to disconnect the low voltage system. First, start by popping the frunk. Next, power the vehicle down from the screen by tapping the car icon, going to safety, and selecting power off. Back outside the car, lift the frunk up. It was raining outside, so please excuse the drips. With a trim tool and your hands, remove this cowl trim by pulling. Any fasteners that stay behind, use a trim tool to pop them out. Now with this area exposed, slide this green tab back and then push down the center tab to slide the darker half back and then pull up to disconnect it. Next, locate this connector here. Pull the red tab back to unlock it and pull the two halves apart. Your car will now be safe to work on. Do not attempt to disconnect the high voltage system. With that out of the way, it's time to start the installation. Start by taking a BT Perfected trim tool and removing this cover on the passenger side like so. Next, remove the fastener in here. If you have any floor mats, it's a good idea to remove them at this time. For this side trim, use a trim tool to get it started, and then pull it up and off. We need to remove the back upper footwell panel, which is held on with magnets, so use a trim tool in your hands to pop it free, and disconnect the speaker by pulling the connector out. We then need to remove the phone holder, but it's extremely tight. We found it best to start slightly prying up from the bottom to get it going. Don't apply too much pressure as you don't want to damage the plastic clips. Then pull away and down from the top. There are some strong metal clips holding it in place. Even if you damage the bottom tabs, it will still hold tight when reassembled. Once free, pop the connector out from the back and remove the panel. With the panel free, grab the button strip and press it into place like so. Tuck and feed the cable under the leather trim in the panel like so. It is a very tight fit, but the flat cable fits under well. Now to start plugging it in. First, disconnect this connector here. Grab the connector with the orange wires from the BT Perfected kit and plug that into the factory connector. Take the factory side you just removed and plug that into the corresponding connector on the BT Perfected harness. Take the blue connector from the kit's harness and plug that into the open connector here from the factory. The similar connector on the BT Perfected kit will take the place of the open factory connector you're using now, so you could just tuck that out of the way. Take the control module from the kit and plug the last connector from the kit's harness into it. Tuck this out of the way in a place where it won't interfere with reassembly. Use cable ties to secure everything to factory harnesses for a clean installation. Once done, feed the cables that will go to the buttons up like so using cable ties along the way. You can then feed it over to the center console area, again using cable ties along the way. Once in position, position the cable behind this leather cover trim by lifting it over and sliding it behind. You may need to use a trim tool to pry it back slightly to give you a little extra room. Once the cable is in place, snap the trim back down if you popped it free. Tidy up any slack left over with cable ties. Plug back in the phone charger and plug in the buttons. Snap the phone holder back in place. Now on to the rest of the final assembly. Grab the footwell panel, plug the speaker back in, and let the magnet snap the panel back in place. For the side trim, snap it back in from the front first and work your way to the back. Make sure the weather stripping is over it. A trim tool will help. Don't forget the fastener at the top. To replace the side panel, pull back the weather stripping, snap it back into place, and push the weather stripping back in place. Put your floor mat back in and the installation is done. The last thing we have to do is reconnect the low voltage system. Plug in the smaller connector like so. Make sure you push the red tab back in to lock it. Next, put the black and white connector back in place by pushing it down, then together, and finally press the green tab in to lock it. Finally, snap the cowl panel back in place and you're done. With that reconnected, everything is complete.
So there you have it. Easy to install, helpful to use, and will set your Tesla Model 3 Highland apart from the rest. Want one for your Tesla Model 3 Highland? Head on over to our website, link in the description. But as always, for more tips and tricks, product reviews, and so much more for Teslas, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Want to know what's happening first? Head on over to our site and sign up for our newsletter. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Thanks for watching.